Welcome to PNG Issues. In one of our episodes, we spoke about why and how corruption occurs in PNG and our standing compared to the rest of the world as far as corruption index is concerned. In this episode, we are supporting the call made by the Archbishop of Catholic Church in Port Moresby, John Ribard, on the front page of the Post Courier dated 11/10/25. Headline: Arrest Corrupt Mps. Church leaders, such as bishops and pastors, often hold significant moral and social influence within their communities. When they speak out against corruption involving government leaders, it serves as a warning to leaders and a nation as a whole regarding 1. Moral authority. Religious leaders are often seen as moral guides. Their condemnation of corruption at government levels reinforces the idea that such behavior is ethically and morally wrong, aligning with the values of honesty, justice, and integrity that many faiths promote. Many of our parliamentarians, government secretaries, and departmental leaders are Christians, including the Prime Minister. But why is so much corruption? Number 2, accountability. The church and courts are our only two beacons of hope in the fight against corruption in PNG. Calling out corruption by these two institutions, church leaders and courts, hold government officials accountable. Their voices can amplify public concern and pressure leaders to act transparently and ethically. Number 3, advocacy for vulnerable. Corruption often disproportionately harms the poor and marginalized. We applaud the Archbishop John Ribard, who represents the people of PNG through the Catholic Church, who makes up about 80% of followers in the country, in advocating for the vulnerable, in challenging the government that exploits or oppresses the people they're supposed to serve. Government leaders, including the Prime Minister and members of Parliament, hold significant responsibility as public servants. Their ethical and moral duties are critical to maintaining public trust, ensuring good governance, and promoting the welfare of society. Fundamental roles of leaders: A. Upholding public interest and serving the common good. Leaders must prioritize the welfare of the people over personal or persistent interests. Policies and decisions should aim to benefit society as a whole. Transparency and accountability. Leaders must act openly and be accountable for their actions, ensuring that their actions are subject to public scrutiny. B. Integrity and honesty. Avoid corruption. Leaders must resist bribery, fraud, and other forms of corruption, ensuring that public resources are used properly or appropriately. If they are found to be involved in corruption, they should be reported, dismissed, and prosecuted. In summary, the article discussed the issues of corruption in Papua New Guinea and highlights the call made by the Archbishop John Ribard of the Catholic Church in Port Moresby for the arrest of corrupt members of parliament. It emphasizes the moral authority of church leaders, such as bishops and pastors, in condemning corruption and holding government officials accountable. The article underscores the role of the church and courts as key institutions in the fight against corruption, advocating for transparency, ethical governance, and the protection of vulnerable population. It also outlines the fundamental responsibilities of government leaders, including upholding the public interest, maintaining integrity, and ensuring accountability. The article concludes by stressing the need for leaders to prioritize the common good and face consequences such as dismissal and prosecution if found involved in corrupt practices.